Hey missionary family, it's Pastor Brian with a word of encouragement for today, Tuesday, January 25th. And our word comes from the book of Romans, the Apostle Paul, chapter 12. I'll start reading in verse 1. Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. Verse 2, do not conform any longer to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And with a renewed mind, you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good and pleasing and perfect will. You know, I probably don't get asked any question more than this one. How do I discern what God's will is? How do I know what God's telling me to do? How do I know what the right decision is? And we're told right here by the Apostle Paul, by the renewing of your mind. Two thoughts I want to offer you today as we consider this in our I Dare You series. The first is this: rush kills artists and saints alike. Rush kills artists and saints alike. Are you rushing about so much so that you've not taken time to pause and consider the type of person you're becoming? To pause and actually consider how well or not you've loved the people around you today. Are you doing all that you're called to do, all that's in your calendar and schedule for the day in love? And second of all, transformation seems to happen when we choose what we want most over what we want now. I'll say that again. Renewal and transformation only seems to happen when we choose what we want most over what we want now. This is true of how you discipline your body, that if I say physical fitness is really important to me, I should probably put down the second donut, what I want most over what I want now. Renewal and transformation happens in a similar fashion, that although there may not be anything inherently wrong with me to continue to scroll on my phone, to read more news, to go through a couple of Facebook accounts or Instagram accounts, is that really the type of person, is that feeding or is that begetting the type of person I want to become? Sure, maybe there's nothing inherently wrong with that show on Netflix or Hulu, but is it feeding the type of person you want to become? Consider today that transformation and renewal happens best when we pause and choose what we want most over what we want now. I hope you're enjoying this series. I want to invite you to continue to join us every weekend for the next few weeks as we continue the I Dare You series. And don't forget the family dares included in your workbook. If you have any children or any other family members living in your home, I want to encourage you to follow some of the family dares. I tell you, they're going to generate a lot of good conversation, and I don't want your family to miss out. I'm really glad you're here today. Have a great week.